Welcome to the Room of Truth. I am Queen Doro, and I have a tarot card in my hands right now, ready to start today's card. Again, remember this is just a generalized interpretation of the cards, as I don't know what other cards are or would be around this card in a personalized reading for you. I can only generalize and give you an outline of what the card means. Okay, so it's up to you to interpret how it may or may not fit in your life right now. The card I have in my hand is the Nine of Swords. And here we see someone in bed, sat up worrying. The swords are over the bed and you can see them above her. Now, this card, if you get this card in a reading, it means that things are going around in your mind. Whatever stresses or worries you have, whichever area of your life you are having difficulties with, then this is going around, round and round and round and round. You're having difficulty sleeping, you're thinking about it. But this card also tells the reader that this is exaggerating real problems. I'm not saying you don't have problems. We all have problems of different types and different degrees. But this card is saying that whilst you may have problems in your life right now, you need to take a different perspective because the problems may be being exaggerated. And the fact that you're thinking about them and thinking about them, they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is when somebody says that they are making mountains out of molehills. So this card in a reading would tell me, the reader, that you are worrying, you are lying awake, thinking about problems. Now, if this card came up in a relationship reading for you, I would be thinking, are you keeping secrets? Is there something you haven't told your partner? Is there something that you are not communicating to them? Is there guilt associated? Now, I would be able to see from the cards around it as to which area, because it would come up with other cards. Perhaps it would come up with the devil, perhaps it would come up with the lovers, temptation and lovers and being pulled into an affair type thing. But on its own, I can only surmise that it would be telling me that there is something that is not being honest. It's not necessarily deception, because you could be worrying about things that might happen, or the what ifs in life. And this card would tell me to say to you, look, take a step back, have a look at what it is that's troubling you. Things might not be as bad as you think they are. It could also be tied into actions that you have done in the past that you now wish you hadn't. Again, that would tie in with the guilt, and other cards around would say what those actions might be. It could be something as buying a car that you now realize you couldn't afford. It could be starting a job that you wish you hadn't because you've got regrets. It could be tied into a past relationship. Why did I leave that person? I think I was happier then. Or why did I say those things to someone? Why did I behave in that way? It's all tied in with these emotions going around and around and around. Now, in work, it would signify that there are stresses around you. And we all get stress at certain points at work, and there are people that either annoy us, or there are projects that aren't going as well, or maybe you didn't earn as much as you thought you might. But this would then tell me to advise you to look at your work situation and see how you can improve things. Are things as bad as you are? Are you imagining that somebody is trying to sabotage you when they're not? Are you imagining that, are you afraid that things might happen at work when they may not? Again, it's making mountains out of molehills, and you would need to take a step back and actually think about what is happening in your work situation. And again, with finances, this would say you would be worrying, staying awake at night, how are you going to pay the bills, feeling that you haven't got enough money in the bank, panicking maybe, oh my goodness, maybe you overspent you bought something that you shouldn't have. Again, regret with regard to past actions. So this card is all about fear and fear itself. And the only way to get out of this situation, it is transitionary, the only way to get out of this situation is to look at the area that is causing you the worry. And you will know what in particular is at the forefront of your mind, what is keeping you awake at night, what is making you concerned about an element of your life. You will know when you get this card what is exactly is happening in your life, and you would be able to tell the person that is doing the reading for you, actually, that's work related, and they would be able to look at more cards and say, right, well, there's somebody, astrological sign, looks like this, whatever, who might be the one that is causing concern, but I can see, when you open the cards and you turn them over and you say, I can see they're not actually a threat to you, they're looking at moving to another job. And this is where a whole reading comes in. It gives you so much more depth. So, on that note, if you enjoyed my interpretation of the card today, the Nine of Swords, then do like the video, subscribe to my channel, share this video. Come and join me on Facebook. I have a group, the Queen Doro group, where I invite people to come in, or you can just, come in and see what's happening. Add me on Facebook as a friend if you would like to have a personalised reading. And if you have any comments or any questions, do put them in the comment section below. I will try to come back to you as soon as I can. Okay, you have a super day, and I look forward to seeing you again in the Room of Truth. Bye for now.